Why would you be upset with me for having a certain privilege when you can sit with me and have access?
You just became a mom.
It has like taken my life and shaken it and then thrown it.
Dr. Becky Omodho is the founder and CEO of JujuStores.com. Passionate about fashion and all things African, she launched the online fashion community where African brands can connect and grow. Juju is a space where the best African brands are showcased to the world.
Your business is not a small business, so stop believing this thing of small business. I think it's the next new trend to trick African women, and I hate it. Your business is not small. Your business is supposed to be huge. In fact, they're telling you that your business is small so that you don't have to be their competition. In my mind, I'm Jeff Bezos. I'm already there.
So thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
This has been a long, long time coming.
It has.
And I'm so glad you came. And you just had a baby, first of all, and you look amazing. I can't even believe you're here.
I made it. I
Yeah.
had my first breakfast this morning by myself
It's rough.
because of this.
It's rough.
It's rough, but they're cute.
Yeah.
So you just
Yeah.
do it.
They're worth it.
It's so worth it. It's completely worth it, yeah.
All right. We'll talk about the baby in a little bit.
Okay.
I want to hear firstly how you got conned in the beginning of Juju. I want to hear that story.
Alma, starting a business in Kenya is not for the weak.
No, I know.
For the weak.
For sure.
And when I started the business, I had the idea randomly. And
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to start it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because Juju stores was something that, I used to get jewelry all the time from Masai Market.
Yeah.
So I used to wonder why there's nowhere online that I can buy the same jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew it was going to be very popular, especially like in other countries.
Yeah.
As Kenyans, we take it for granted.
For
You
sure.
know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But obviously, when you're starting a business, you look back and you think to yourself, okay, who do I know who can help me to do this very quickly?
You have to tap into your network. Yeah.
So I happened to have a family member
Mm-hmm.
who could help me out in terms of actually building the website.
Yeah.
So of course, that was the first call that I made. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
you can help me to make this website,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, of course, I'm going to help you
I
out.
got
Don't worry
this."
about it. You know what I mean? They were like, yeah, we'll sit down, you tell me what you want, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Shock on my life. 3 months later, when he tells me that, okay, we're going to have this website done in maybe 2 months.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the day they were supposed to give it to me, they kind of ghosted me.
And you had already paid
I had already paid.
fully.
I had paid fully. And when I started the business, I did not know how much money I would need. The first thing that I knew was, for sure, I want a website. And
Yeah.
the website is going to cost this much.
Yeah.
Getting the, I was going step by step.
Right.
I was just going step by step.
Right.
First step was to register it. And the next step was to get the website.
Yeah.
So I took out money for that. And I paid it upfront. And I was like, okay, this is done. And I can move on to other things.
Yeah.
You know, getting someone for customer service. Like now building the things in the back that really, really matter. you
Yeah.
know?
Do all the back end work. Yeah.
Anyway, that didn't go through.
It didn't go
And it broke my pocket and it broke my heart.
for sure, because it's also someone a family
I took it
member.
so
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah,
Like I took it so personally.
for sure.
And you shouldn't take things personally when it's business.
I know, but you took it personally when you decided that you were going to work with family.
Huge mistake.
Yeah.
There's some family you can work with. Definitely in our lives, there's family you can work with. That family member just has to move like you.
It's true,
And
but they don't
Cut
always.
a line and
Yeah.
say business is business.
Yeah.
Personal is personal.
Yeah.
And it has to be like that.
Yeah.
So if you can find a cutthroat family member like that, that's who you work with.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But even
let's
that
just say-
sometimes falls apart.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it didn't work out.
Didn't work out.
I saw fire. I ended up in tears, in rage.
Yeah.
And I also have lost the money. So I
Yeah.
had to start fresh again.
Yeah. So then you lost the money. You decided, okay, I'm going to let it go with the family member.
Yeah.
And then you had to find somebody else to do it.
I had to find somebody else. And so somebody else was recommended to me.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, this also went downhill.
Did you pay up front again?
I didn't pay this guy upfront.
Okay.
No. So he actually created a website for me that was very beautiful. That was the first Juju website that we had.
Yeah.
Problem was, he wanted control
Of the site.
He never really relinquished full control to me,
Right.
even though I knew it was my intellectual property that I had paid him to create for me.
Right.
He never wanted to relinquish full, I could not really access this website fully as myself.
Yeah.
He did not want to teach me how to completely run the website
Right.
because it was something that was built separately.
Yeah.
It was not a template. On top of that, he wanted me to call him constantly
To make
to
any
edit
changes.
things
Yeah.
and charge me constantly. So after about 3 months of doing this and having back and forth with this guy, I had it because it was driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And clearly each time he was trying to take more and more advantage. So each time he would tell me, okay, now to do the photos, it's no longer going to cost you this much. It's going to cost you this much. It's going to cost you. I was like, this is just ridiculous. You're trying to make as much money as possible out of the one client that you have.
Yeah. There's ways of doing that, but that's not the best way to
No,
do
it's
that.
not.
Yeah.
And one day I just got fed up. I was just so fed up. I told him I'm done with you. And he's like, no, you know what? We can work together. I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I had enough because
Yeah.
I'm also now wasting so much time on one part.
Yeah.
And I'm generally quite an efficient person. So I was wondering, this stage cannot take me almost like a website should not take you this long to create
Yeah.
problem here,
Yeah.
So I told him I'm done. Then I made a phone call to somebody that I knew from high school who literally fixed this issue for me. He just told me, Becky, you've had problems. There's a lot of people out here who take advantage of people.
But did you do away with that website completely? You totally just let it go?
I mean, I have it.
Okay.
I have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told him he has to
That
give
design,
it to me.
yeah.
Yes, I have the design with me. It's sitting on my hard disk.
Yeah.
I have it if
Yeah.
ever I need it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I called somebody else who I spoke to, and he was really straightforward. He was like, go onto Shopify, have a look at the templates, let me know what you would like, and I can get this done for you in 2-3 weeks. And he's like, I can have 3 different design and mock-up for you. And that's how I got like now running on what Juju is now.
Yeah.
So that's the site that I've improved on each and every year.
Okay. So you've been running Juju now for 6 years.
For 6 years, yeah.
I mean, that's a big deal.
I'm even shocked that you said it's like 6 years. It's a long time. It seems like such a long time. Yeah.
Well, firstly, have you broken even in the 6 years?
Oh my God. I broke even last month.
That's crazy.
I broke even last month.
6 years to break even.
Yeah. I broke even last month.
How do you get to the 6 years feeling like you can keep going? Because me, for example, I would just be like, after the second or third year, I'd be like, this ain't working. I'm done with this. And you push through for 6 years.
The crazy thing is, I started Juju and then the worst happened. I started it and COVID hit.
Ah, yes.
The second I started Juju in 2019.
Yeah.
I hit and COVID hit.
Yeah.
And so I thought to myself, is it time for me to run this website? Is it the right thing that I'm doing?
Yeah.
And I'm really lucky. I have very supportive parents. So my parents were like, you know what? Just try and keep it running.
Yeah.
I remember starting it and my dad was like, just try and keep it running. Just see what you can do. See where it goes. For now, keep it very low key. Keep the costs as low as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was actually the time that all this conning was happening.
So you were already feeling like, oh my God, is this even worth it?
Yeah. I was like, maybe this is just really not meant to be.
Yeah.
I don't need to go down this road.
Yeah.
But my parents insisted to me that usually you should start a couple of businesses. One that you keep running in the background.
Yeah.
You start another one to layer on, and maybe a third one with a friend or
And
two.
then see which one
Then
works.
you see which one works,
That's really good
Yeah, you
advice.
play.
Yeah.
You just play along and you see which one works. So in the beginning of Juju, I had been spending a lot of money. So when COVID came, I cut all the costs because everything had changed. You know, we were no longer going to the office, so I
Yeah.
didn't have to deal with my office space.
Yeah.
We were now doing things completely online, which was great for us.
Remotely.
Remotely.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But then at one point, you remember they cut off even the counties.
Yes,
You
like you
couldn't
couldn't
move.
travel anywhere.
Yeah. And a lot of my vendors
Were
were producing in different
Yeah,
places.
yeah.
Someone is producing things in Nakuru, someone is producing things in Naivasha. So things had to take a pause for a while. So at that point in time, my costs, I had done the website. Running the website had become very cheap. So I just had like someone who was doing customer service on the phone.
Yeah.
But everything kind of stopped, which was not the worst of things. It
Yeah.
gave me time to really think about how I want to grow the business, because a lot of people grow their business way too rapidly
Way too fast.
because you have the money.
Yeah.
And then you get excited.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God.
And then you start spending money on crazy, ridiculous things.
Yeah. Like I had a friend who bought an ergonomic chair.
For her office or
Yeah.
what?
That was like it was a ridiculous amount of money, Alma. It was a ridiculous amount of money. But you see, she had the money at the time and she was just like, yeah, I
No,
want
I
to be
need
comfortable
this,
and I need to look good and I need to
Yeah.
look like a boss. And this is going to make me feel like a boss.
So she justified the
Yeah,
cost.
She justified the cost and she got the chair. And later on, when she didn't have money, she's like, Becky, why didn't you stop me from buying this chair? I'm like, you're never sitting in that chair. So I don't know why you bought that chair.
Did you have moments when you made ridiculous purchases when you
No.
felt liquid, even like in the beginning or
No. No. Because of her ergonomic chair.
Yeah.
Honestly, my friend had taught me something. Like
Yeah.
in the beginning, just don't spend money.
Yeah.
And I've grown up in a family that does a lot of business. So when it comes to business, I'm quite frugal.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I would spend money on is the things that I did not know.
Yeah.
If I don't have a certain expertise, I'd spend money there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because,
That's really smart.
yeah.
I mean, to say that you would spend money on things that you don't have expertise in, like
Exactly.
hiring a specialist on something or
Exactly.
whatever.
And if it's something that I can't myself read and learn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I really also count on myself to
Yeah.
be able to pick up information very quickly
Yeah.
and learn it
Yeah.
and do it myself.
That's a very feminine thing to like. Women do that a lot.
Yeah.
We are very resourceful and we just kind of learn what we need to learn.
Yeah.
Do it
And
or,
do it.
or hire
Yeah.
someone if we need to, if we can afford it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you said you're from a family of entrepreneurs, a business family. I know your family. I've known your family for a long time.
Mm.
So I know very well that you guys hustle us in a good way. Like
Yeah.
you stand on business.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I want to know what stories your parents were. What story were your parents telling you growing up? I know you watched them, start businesses, run businesses. What were you being told?
When we were growing up, they didn't expose how deep the hustle was.
Yeah.
We knew that, like most millennial parents, your dad goes out and he brings home the bacon.
The money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He takes care of everything. So in terms of my dad, when we were growing up, he was the typical provider. He's up early. He's up before we are up. So there was some weeks we didn't see my dad, even though he lived in the same house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hardworking.
Very, very early in the morning.
Yeah.
Very late in the evening coming back home. So we really only got a gauge of everything when we were a little bit older.
Yeah.
I guess when now the companies were a little bit more mature.
Established.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we got some time now to really understand what was happening and what he was doing.
Yeah.
When we were younger, they didn't really speak to us too much about business. It was always just drilled in, work hard, work hard, work hard. And my dad was an example of that. My mom was the other example of that. She was hustling with us every day,
Yeah.
Yeah. But in terms of business, it was something that was exposed to us
From a young age. Yeah.
My mom believed in sales. She's that person of sales.
Sales is the thing.
Yeah.
The most
So my
important
first
thing.
experience with her kind of teaching me about business, she told me, go to school and find out like what people like. Like, what do the kids like to eat at lunchtime? And I was very quick. I told her, everyone loves ball gums.
Ball gums.
They
I
were banned
remember
in
those.
school. Yeah. First
I
of all, they were
remember those.
banned.
Yeah.
You were not supposed to have ball gum in school.
Gum.
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 Supposed to chew gum in
Gum.
school.
Yeah.
So I wanted this really nice dress. My mom is like, I'm not going to buy you that dress. It's too expensive.
Yeah.
But you can help me. She said, I can give you half the money and you make half the money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how do you want me to make the money? She said, go to school and find out what people like. So I came back home and I told her, hey, people really like ball gums and they're not allowed in school. She's like, you're able to sneak it into school. I'm like, yeah. Like, yeah. She's like, okay, go buy ball gums. I said, I don't have money. She said, okay, I'm going to lend you money to go and buy ball gums, but I want my money back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I want my money back. So let's go to the kiosk. You go and buy your ball gums. So I went and I bought my ball gums. And then she said, okay, if I've given you this amount of money to buy ball gums, I want this money back. I want my money back. So, but you also have to make money on this. So you need to go and think how much you're going to sell these for, and then you're going to come back. And the second day, I didn't sell any of them. And I came and I told her, it's so hard to sell. She's like, if you can't sell them, no dress, I guess. You can live without the dress. It's not going to kill you. My mom was she was very bland. She's like, it's not going to kill you. But I needed that dress. Alma, I needed the dress. I just did. And so I went back to school the next day and I told people, hey, you come at lunchtime. I have some ball gums. I can sell them to you. And I sold them. The next day I sold all of them except the green ones. So I came back home. I gave my mom back her money. It's like, here's your money. I also have my money. She's like, but you have things left over there. I'm like, yeah, no one wants the green ones. So she said, so what do you do next time? Next time, you don't buy the green ones.
The green ones.
Yeah. So you go to the shop and you tell the shopkeeper to give you every color except the green one.
I love that. How old are you at this point?
I must have been like 12.
Yeah.
I must have been 12 or 13.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love
But I got the dress.
You got your dress.
Yes.
That's all that matters.
I got the dress.
That's all you were thinking about. I'm sure.
And in that, my mom, I had her telling my dad, and my dad was like, oh, good, you've learned about profit and loss.
Yeah. Yeah. Profit and loss.
Yeah.
The numbers.
Yeah. He
It all
said,
comes down to that.
that's all a business is.
Yeah.
He said, business is just whatever you used, the money that you used to run the business and to do whatever that you wanted to do. If you make beyond that, that's your profit.
That's
it's
your
like
profit.
that's how simple business is.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And did they encourage you at any point to, like when you were younger, did they encourage you to start? Like, because I remember my dad telling me, I was into music a long time ago. And I was like, oh, I want to be a singer. Maybe I can, maybe I can do music.
Yeah.
And he was like, maybe you need to own the studio. Like he would tell me, like, you need to start a business. You need to do business. Like he explicitly said that. And were there moments in your life that you had career, and we're going to get into that in a moment. You had these career goals or you wanted to get a job or whatever. And he was like, no, you need to. Was anyone telling you need to start a business?
My parents were the quintessential, you need to be a doctor or a lawyer.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
And they...
It's very jungle.
Yeah.
It's very jungle.
They drilled it into me.
Yeah.
It was drilled into me.
Yeah.
We millennials, we grew up in the time where a title was a big deal.
Yeah.
Our parents believed being a lawyer, being a doctor, being, an engineer, it was a big deal. And so they wanted their kids to always have that title and to run that job. Because for them, having the bigger job was the bigger thing,
Mm-hmm.
I think for my parents, it was always like you want to have your child working for a great company and having a big title.
Yeah.
I think titles were very important to them. So for me, my parents, when I was younger, they didn't see me owning a business. They wanted me to be a doctor.
Yeah. Which is it leads me to my next thing. Like, you're a doctor.
I'm a doctor.
So you got your title.
I got my title.
You're a doctor of
of immunology. Yes. So I'm not a medical doctor. When I was younger, I wanted to be a medical doctor. And then as I grew up, the more people tell you things about their problems, the more you realize that that role would take over your life and not in a positive way. Well, maybe for me, not in a positive way. Yes, immunology is still medical. I can still answer a lot of medical questions.
Yes.
Somebody asked me about diseases, about medication.
Yeah.
It covers the scope of a PhD.
Yeah.
You do have to learn all of that in terms of the circle of health and wellness. Yeah. But I could never imagine myself sitting in an office, like letting people come in and tell me about their medical issues and do that all day long. I couldn't.
But then you're a researcher, right?
I'm a
you do
researcher. Yeah.
Okay.
So my PhD really involved me being in a lab a lot.
Is that fun for you?
Which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
It was an immense amount of problem solving.
Yeah.
Because you do one experiment, it fails. You do another
Yeah.
experiment, it fails. Do another experiment, it fails. And it was very practical.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I loved.
Yeah.
I did animal studies. I absolutely loved the
That
practical
sounds
side
so
of it.
exciting.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
It was harrowing, very harrowing, extremely. You require an extreme level of discipline, especially when you start to work with living things, when you're working with cells and you have to do things. Cells, you have to take care of them like you would a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to keep them alive if your experiments are going to be alive,
Yeah.
So it required me being awake at odd hours of the night. And I mean, if you're doing a doctorate, you can ask anybody, it takes over your life. You have to
I'd imagine so.
You have to give 100%. If you don't give 100%, it's not going to come through.
Yeah.
You have to give 120% if you need to. It requires you to become very disciplined. And it requires you kind of to leave the real world for a little bit just to focus on it.
Yeah.
So doing that, I think, really helped me in terms of now being an entrepreneur. There's not many things I find so difficult.
I mean, is it the hardest thing you would have ever had to do? Do you think it's harder than entrepreneurship?
It's neck and neck.
It's neck and neck.
It's neck
in a different way.
In a different way.
Yeah.
It's neck and neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're still chasing something. You're chasing something very, very aggressively. A PhD requires you to come up with a new concept.
Yeah.
You're doing something totally new. You're adding to education. You're adding to what someone else is going to read about, essentially.
Yeah.
So the information isn't there.
Yeah.
You have to find it out for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is a lot like entrepreneurship. Nobody's journey is the same. Things in the world happen. No one saw, scientists saw COVID coming. Every few years there's going to be something
Something's going to happen.
Yeah, so a lot of scientists were not shocked about it. But yeah, there's things in your journey that you're never going to be able to see. And you need to learn to adapt and think very quickly. And most importantly, problem solve. If you don't have this skill of problem solving, I don't think you can run a business.
Yeah. I think, a lot of critical thinking, a lot of problem solving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you dwell on the same problem constantly, you don't move forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just that's the reality.
Yeah.
And that was the reality also of my doctorate.
Yeah.
If I don't solve this problem, I cannot move forward.
Exactly.
So you have to tell yourself, am I going to learn to solve this problem in 1 hour? Or am I going to take 1 year?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who do their doctorates for 10 years.
Ooh, could never be me.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of
20
commitment
years.
for 10 whole years. Okay, so I want to hear about the process. I mean, now you studied your doctorate, and I'm sure you had a lot of plans. I mean, nobody goes into studying a doctorate and with plans of becoming an entrepreneur or plans of, doing this business thing, unless, I mean, there's exceptions. So I'm sure you had a plan of coming back home and applying your doctorate. What happened? When did you decide that you were now, okay, I'm going into business now? What happened?
Okay. So I finished my doctorate when I was only 26. So I was very young. That's going back 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I was only 26. I came back to Kenya, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed.
As we do.
As we do.
Take over the world.
I was ready. I was like, oh my God, I have this doctorate.
Yeah.
There's no one who's not going to hire me. I am hot. I'm hot off the
Hot
presses.
stuff.
Yeah. Shock on my life. I send out application after application after application after application. No reply. So I start physically knocking on doors. And now I'm knocking on doors at the research centers, at the places, where I would be required, where I would be useful. And
Nothing.
nothing. In fact, some research centers want to hire me, but they don't want to pay me what I'm worth because, you're a young girl. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Or they tell you that, you know what, since you haven't worked before, we can take you in on an internship. The crazy thing about science and the crazy thing about being in the scientific world, they don't really teach you about negotiation. The scientific world is all about, I'm in love with science, I'm in love with my project, I'm going to give my entire life to my project. And you do. And it's something that you do have to love, 100%. But they do not emphasize to you that you're one day going to go into the working world. You're one day going to have to negotiate a salary,
I think that's actually, I don't think that's just science, to be honest. I think that's the university school system.
Yeah.
It's like they don't prepare you for real life.
I don't think it's the whole system because
Unless
I
maybe
used
you're
to
in
go to
business
business
school.
Yes, I used
Yeah.
to go to business classes because
Yeah.
you see, if you're doing a doctorate, you have access to every class.
Yes, yes.
They give you access to the whole school.
Yeah.
You can
yeah.
do whatever you want. When you're going to business classes and into finance classes,
Of course, unless you're doing business. Yes. But if you're doing, I mean, there's so many things that you can do in university. But
Yeah.
if you're studying business, fine. Maybe there's a class or two about negotiation. But generally speaking,
they don't.
Lawyers, doctors,
They don't.
nothing.
So for me, I was thinking to myself, okay, I'm 26, I've done this PhD, nobody wants to hire me. This is all I've done. You know what I mean? Because doing science puts you in a very small...
Yeah.
This is all I've done. And then now I'm like, what am I going to do? Because I can't get through the door. And I'm not going to get through the door by working for free. Because even as you're doing a doctorate, they pay you to lecture.
It's true. They
Yes,
actually pay you to
they
do
pay
some
you to do
research and
that
stuff.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there just no respect? If you were abroad, you did in the UK. If you were back in the UK, what do you think your experience would be going into the work, or just, after finishing your doctorate, getting work? What would be the reality? What do you think would be the reality? And
I mean, I would definitely just apply for a job.
Yeah.
They'd probably give me a technician work
yeah,
just to begin with,
yeah,
but definitely lecturing at the
Yeah.
same time because they would take
paid work.
Yes.
Yeah.
They would take advantage of your skills.
Yeah,
The fact is they would pay you,
yeah,
but as they're paying you, take advantage of your skills. What I found in Kenya is that they don't want to pay you,
there's no respect.
but they want your skills.
There's no respect.
Also, science at the time when I was finished was very much a men's world,
Yeah,
very male dominated.
yeah,
So you'd find that all the top professors, most of them were male.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as a young woman, you now don't know how to tango
yeah, yeah,
with your professor.
yeah,
Because when you're in the educational system, this is someone who you really look up to.
Yeah.
This is someone who you're not supposed to speak to a certain way. This is like your mentor.
Yeah.
You understand?
yeah,
Then you come out and you're supposed to meet the likelihood of the same kind of person to hustle for a job,
Mhm.
and they can be very dominating.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it's very difficult. I did not know how I was going to negotiate with this
That
character.
mindset. Yeah.
This mind
that
and this character in my mind. I
Yeah.
don't know how I was going to
Yeah.
negotiate with them.
Yeah.
And the more I tried to negotiate, the more they finessed me
Yeah.
back into that student.
Yeah. Mindset.
Yeah, they finesse you back and they're very good at it. Like, oh, don't worry, you know what? We're going to do some work. We're going to get you where you need to be. They finesse you back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, how long were you trying to get work, trying to get a position you
Oh
wanted to
my
do before you
gosh.
decided that I'm going into business now?
For about 4 years. So basically, I did so many applications for a year or two so rigorously. But after a couple of months of trying, I decided to help out my dad. He had a crisis at work, a major crisis at one of his companies. So I intervened.
Yeah.
I went in to help him out.
Yeah.
So that kept me busy
For
as
some
I was,
time.
as I was looking for work,
Yeah.
and I kept looking for work and I kept looking for work. And I think there's only one person who was really honest with me. It's my neighbor's dad. And he said to me, this is like maybe a year after, he said to me, Becky, how's the job hunting going? I'm like, yeah, it's not going good. He's like, no, it's not going to go good.
It's not gonna go good.
No. He's like, you're a young woman, you're 27, you have a doctorate, people don't know what to do with you yet. And they won't know what to do with you
Yeah.
until you're 35 and married with a child. And I remember
35.
Yes. And I remember asking him, like, are you serious? He's like, I'm a Kenyan. I've lived in Kenya all my life, most of my life. I know how these hiring things go. And I can guarantee you, when you are 35 and married with a child, you will get offers. And let me tell you the craziest thing.
But is that the
I
case?
got an offer the second I turned 35.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I got an offer the second I turned 35. Like, out of nowhere, somebody called me on the phone and said, oh, we have your CV somewhere in our file. You're the only one who matches the credentials. We would like to meet with you.
That's so interesting because you haven't even been in the space for all these years.
Imagine. And I called him and I told him, oh my God. He's like, oh yeah, I told you.
Yeah,
I
that's
told you.
crazy.
Yeah, because
That's crazy.
people don't expect that you have that qualification until you're kind of that age.
Yeah.
People also gauge with your maturity level. So nobody wants to hire someone who's a little bit immature, who's not able to handle this and this and that.
Yeah.
And they won't give you a chance either.
Yeah.
They'll just use your age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's where, entrepreneurship you can do at any age. And I think that's where I like to encourage the youngins who can't get a job. I think we're living now in a space where it's a lot easier than back in our time starting a business today than it was, 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
100%.
And there's now social media and all that stuff. And so you can really do something. It's unfortunate that 35 is a long time.
But I had started Juju, so and I was like, I have done other little things in between there.
So you politely declined and said, I'm working on my things.
I didn't decline. I told them it now has to go according to me,
how you want.
to how I work.
Puts you in a better negotiating position.
Yeah, so I mean, the good thing about things like lecturing and stuff, they don't have to be full time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I let them know that this is what I'm open to, and if you're able to fit into that, then
we
you
can
can,
do this.
then we can do it. But by then, of course, I'm running Juju, and yeah.
So let's go back to Juju then. You house various Kenyan artisans and vendors.
Yeah.
And I'd like to, they're very cool. I think, first of all, the fact that it's African, it's purely
All
African
African.
vendors, African artisans, all homemade. First of all, how do you find these vendors? How do you vet these vendors?
Finding vendors in Kenya is not difficult.
Finding vendors
Once you
and
start
having a
seeing-
standard.
Yeah, once you
right?
start seeing them, it's like one of those things like when you drive home every day on Gong Road, there's a building that you don't see.
Yeah.
But when you're in traffic, one day you'll see it.
Mm-hmm.
And then every time you pass, you'll keep seeing it.
Yeah.
That's how it works with vendors.
But then you have a certain standard, obviously. That
You do have a
put
certain
aside.
standard. So in the beginning, when I started, I knew that I want to have made by Africans for Africans and the rest of the world. So when I started very simply at Masai Market, because these guys have been there for a long time, and these guys have been producing almost the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah.
So you can go to Masai Market, you find the woman who only makes those, the beaded bracelets. She's been doing that for years. She's damn good at it.
Yeah.
She can do it with her eyes closed. Yeah. And then you go next to her, and there's the guy who makes the photo frames or something. He's also been doing that for years. Now, the only catch is that I had with going to Masai Market is they all think very small. They're not ready to have like multiple growing businesses. So what I had to do was from the artisans in Masai Market, I asked them, hey, do you have friends who do this work? And
The
they
same
tell-
work as you.
Yes. Do
Yeah.
they do similar work
Yeah.
as you? Someone will tell you, yes, yes, yes. I have a friend who makes necklaces. She works at this and this place. And that's how I started getting to know
Okay,
people. She works
okay.
at this and this place.
Okay.
So I have the number for the friend. I called the friend. She says, yes, okay, I work for this and this company. This is what they do. I call the company now that I know the name. And that's how I bring in that vendor.
Yeah.
In the beginning, that's how I brought in the first few vendors. And then it gets easy with Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then once I started my site, I can say looking for vendors in skincare, in jewelry, in healthcare, and I can release an ad. And you would be shocked how many people in Kenya are doing things. It's amazing.
Doing business. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys are making amazing things.
Yeah.
Like amazing things.
And they just need visibility, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I started Juju, because all these guys are doing these things, but who can see you?
Yeah.
How can people reach you?
Yeah.
How can people get to you? You know? So it became very simple for me. People want to be on the site, yes. And then you said about the vetting. The vetting is the catch.
Yes, that's what I was
The
wondering.
vetting is a big problem.
Yeah.
Because you have people who are really talented, but they, like I said, they think small, which I hate when people think small and you actually have a talent. So now you've been thinking that you're going to make this thing by hand and it's going to be just you. And I always tell people it can't be just you. When I started the website and I introduced skincare to the website as well, that was a big game changer for us. And skincare is a very sensitive thing.
Yes.
You cannot just do skincare. But Kenya has the best skincare because we have all the natural ingredients. We have the aloe vera. We have all of the healing aspects.
Yeah.
We have the castor oil.
Yeah.
We have,
Yeah.
we have everything.
All the essential oils and things like that. Yeah.
So when I started vetting the skincare brands, it got a lot easier because then I also met lots of pharmacists.
Ah, okay.
You'd be shocked that the people who run these businesses are all background science like me.
Yeah.
They really
Formulators. Yeah.
Yes, they really understand the science of it all. The only thing that I had trouble with, and I keep saying it, is that they were thinking small. So I keep having to tell people when I sit with them in the beginning, I say, your competition is Nivea. That's who you're competing with. So I need your packaging to match that. I need your standards to match that. So in the beginning, we were working as a company that is helping other companies to rebrand, to repackage. We became that
That's a
person.
whole other ballgame, though.
Yes, but in order for us to move forward, we have to move together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole point for me is that I know I'm not going to move forward as far as I want to move forward by myself.
Yeah.
And I'm very aware of that. We have to move together. If we move together, we'll get further and we'll get there quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, success is not fun when it's just you, you know? Where are you going to sit on your yacht with? By yourself? You want to sit there by yourself?
No.
Yeah.
You have to take everybody with you.
Yeah.
And,
so we vetted them. It was very difficult in the beginning, but imagine the more as you vet people,
it becomes easier. And then your standards are very set and you know exactly what you're looking for.
and then now people come with their standards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like these days, people come with my standards and then some.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm usually
that's
very,
Yeah.
it's usually very easy these days because now the competition is real and
Yeah.
things like organic are a big thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's so hot,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as your standards go up as well, I'd imagine that you're now going to also start exporting some of these things. And I think there's a beauty in you also exposing your vendors to thinking bigger
Yeah.
and exporting, thinking of the international market. And
Yeah, we are exporting a
setting
lot
standards.
now.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for 3 years. We
Yeah.
have great partners who help us to do it.
Abroad.
Yeah.
Where are you exporting to at the moment?
Wow, so many places. Okay, we get orders from China, US,
Yeah.
UK,
Yeah.
Australia,
Yeah. That's awesome.
Malaysia,
Fantastic.
Thailand,
Mhm.
like orders
Everywhere.
come from
Yeah.
everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, but we have really good couriers, so you can have your order with you in 2-3 days. Less.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to know actually how, I mean, okay, when I think of e-commerce, and I know even in the Kenyan context, I know we were talking about internationally, but in the Kenyan context, in the African context, should I say, e-commerce is something that I feel should be it's not where it should be. And there's different reasons for that. One of which is trust, right? A lot of us are getting conned online.
Huh. Yes.
We're getting conned. There's a lot of fraud that goes on. And I know just the e-commerce industry and cybersecurity as a whole, we have a lot of work to do as Kenyans. So I want to know how you have managed to build that trust. How do you navigate the whole distrust of the entire industry, and how have you developed trust with your consumers and customers?
That has been the biggest challenge.
Yeah.
You can have a beautiful website, but then nobody trusts that what they see in the picture
Yeah.
is what they get.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what the 6 years has given me.
Yeah.
This is what the time has actually given me.
Yeah. Is that trust?
And in the time, I've worked with different vendors. So sometimes vendors come and then they go, and they come back and they go, and I get new ones. And so word goes around very quickly with different vendors, and word of mouth is a big thing. Social media is a big thing. The fact that you can take a picture of your product on the table in your office, on social media, and then it's also available online. That's what I realized that especially Kenyans resonate with. If they can go on Instagram and they can see someone holding the product in your office, then they'll trust it.
See, but I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah, and that, yes, it can go both ways.
Yeah.
You can be having just one of those things that they send you a different thing. So it takes time. It
Yeah.
really takes time. It also takes doing lots of activations. As much as we're an online store, we sometimes have to show up physically.
Yeah, you have to be seen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Once in a while, we have to show up physically. We have to say that this is what we actually sell. This is what the bottle actually looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And you also have to have pretty packaging. Pretty packaging goes a long way.
Yeah.
Sometimes someone buys something because they want the packaging.
Gives you a bit more credibility, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And having a number that they can call and someone actually picks up
Yeah.
really matters
Yeah.
to Kenyans. Like, it
Yeah.
really matters.
Yeah. I mean, Kenyans go far though. If they want to scam you, they'll scam you. There'll be legit websites, all these legitimate things
far.
that you're talking about.
Yes.
Like they'll make the effort to get there and then scam you. But I understand what you're saying, and I agree. I mean, there's certain cues that give you a lot of credibility, and you're
Yeah, and
you're doing that.
time. You talk
Yeah.
to lots of vendors. Word of mouth goes a very long way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing that I have wanted to ask you as well, because I've thought about e-commerce for myself. And just in doing that research, I found, for example, like Jumia, right? Jumia is this company that is still going at a loss. They're still in the red. I
Yeah.
mean, I think it's how many years? They're over 10 over 10 years old, maybe coming on 15 years. And they still haven't made a profit, right? And it's essentially because they're running a logistics company, and that's
expensive.
It's expensive.
People do not understand how
Yeah.
expensive logistics are.
Yes, and
Yeah.
you're essentially running a logistics company. It's expensive, and I just don't know what needs to happen in order for companies like this, businesses like yours, to actually make
In the
money.
Yeah.
Make money.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes volumes. I'd imagine like companies like Amazon, for example, that's volumes.
Yeah.
A lot of volume. And so is that something that you think about? What is it going to take for you to be in the green, not in the thriving,
I
making
plan to
real
be
profit?
as big as Amazon.
Yeah.
If not bigger.
Yeah.
I did not start the company
Yeah.
to think it's
Small.
business.
We don't think small over here. Yeah.
And everyone who tells me small business, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
In my mind, this business is big.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm Jeff Bezos. I'm already there.
Yes.
I'm living it and breathing it. I'm there already. So no one is going to tell me that the business is small.
Yeah.
Volumes, we are going to get volumes.
Yeah.
It's not my issue right now.
Yeah.
My issue right now is having the systems right. Like you're saying, a company like Jumia, which I hate to be compared to, because we're a lot more specialized.
For sure.
Yes. And this comes back to what you said in the beginning. You've got this injection of money. Someone tells you today, I'm going to give you 20 million. And in an entrepreneur's mind, you're like,
You'll find a way to
yes.
spend that 20 million.
You're like, oh
Yeah.
my God,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna hire everyone.
Yeah.
Even that cousin's cousin, I'm bringing him back.
Yeah.
I can now pay him something small.
Yeah.
It's the growth of these companies that I think is a very dangerous thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's the expansion of these companies that I think is very dangerous.
And
It's the
capital.
lack of investment in systems,
Right.
and rather the larger investment in people,
Yeah.
like a lot of people. A company like Jumia, you've got a massive amount of employees.
But do you need a massive amount of employees
No,
to go big? You know what I mean? Like for the logistics to work and for you
It
to
must be really
to
controlled.
scale and, you know, for you to be able to deliver in all parts of the country or the continent or whatever
This is where
to be
you
able
need
to
to
scale.
make partnerships.
Yeah.
It's very important for companies
That's a
to
good
work
point.
with partnerships.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Do you know?
Yeah.
If you're talking about somebody like Amazon, if you look at Amazon in other countries, they've got pickup points with supermarkets.
Yeah.
They're working with guys like like in the UK, you would say people like Sainsbury's, people like Tesco's, who are already everywhere.
Yeah.
They don't have to make that effort.
Yeah.
You want to pick up your package? Go to the supermarket where you usually go.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've not hired anybody.
Yeah.
The truck guy is coming to one stop and dropping everything off there. You're happy because you're thinking to yourself, I'm going to go shopping for my family and I'm going to also pick up my package.
Yeah. 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 That's a good point. I
So
mean,
you really have to think about it in terms of partnerships. And a lot of people think about businesses as very individual entities.
and owning your own, owning all these
Business,
processes,
and then now
owning
not
all the
working
processes.
with anybody
Yeah.
else. No,
Yeah.
the trick is to work with everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
For example, now with Juju, we're then going to move forward now into pickup points,
Mhm.
and we are even we are considering people in the community. We are considering restaurants that people go to a lot.
Yeah.
We are considering schools where your child, when you pick up your child from school, they can
Yeah.
pick up the package
Yeah.
on the front over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you done any work?
Yeah. That's a
You've
very
hardly had to hire somebody to do that. You have your pickup truck doing the same runs it usually does. So I do think with these larger companies, you have to be very clever about it. You have to invest in very good systems. That's what I believe. Systems are expensive. And that's why entrepreneurs sometimes don't want to invest in a system. You would rather than hire 20 people. But if you hire 20 people, know that you're going to have to hire 40 people very soon, rather than investing in that system. And I hate to say it, but having employees is very expensive.
Mhm.
It's very expensive. So you can think about having employees once the systems are working and you're bringing in money.
Yeah.
Then it doesn't matter. Then
Yeah.
you can just add people
Yeah.
as you see fit.
As you see fit.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
have to invest in the system. And the systems are expensive. Like every time someone comes and gives you a system.
But it also takes time to
Yeah.
execute and get and perfect those systems.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people don't want to invest the
Yes.
time, effort,
And a
you know,
good
to-
system
in a good
will
system.
save you millions.
Yeah. You really have to focus on getting that right.
Yes.
And I think also sometimes as an entrepreneur, you're trying to do so many things
Yeah.
at the same time. And so you have to split your time between doing all these different things. So
Mhm.
I understand and I feel the pain of a founder, especially if you're a solo founder, for example. There's a lot on your mind and there's a lot you need to get done. But yeah, I agree. Those systems, you really have to spend a lot of time perfecting them.
Yeah, my
That's-
advice to anyone who's going to start a business that requires like a lot of capital
Yeah.
is please do your research on the systems before you do your research on the number of employees that you're going to need.
Mm-hmm.
Because you might find that you have a system that costs a crazy amount.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a system, maybe you want to open a supermarket. Supermarket systems are crazy expensive. You're going to be spending maybe 10 million on
Yeah.
the system.
Yeah.
When you are asking for investment capital, make sure the system is the first thing that you purchase. Do not be tempted and say, okay, fine, I'm going to open a large chain supermarket, but I'm just going to do it by hand. I'm going to have somebody with a laptop at the front.
With an ergonomic chair.
Yeah. and just a cash box.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
unless you're starting a kiosk,
Yeah.
you can do that.
Yeah.
But if you're thinking big, please invest in the big systems. People create them for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have 2 employees.
I have 2 employees.
That's,
You wouldn't know from my website.
yeah.
But I have
That's
2
crazy.
employees.
Okay.
I have 2 amazing employees. Let me add.
2 amazing employees.
That these
Who
are
wear many hats.
yes,
Yeah.
and who are the definition of efficient.
Yeah.
The one thing I thrive on is efficiency.
Yeah.
So we do not dwell on problems. If we cannot solve something within a month, we are like, okay, let's move.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's try and fail as quickly as we possibly can. Let's try. Whatever works, then we move with that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you take 6 months to try and fail, you've wasted 6 months.
Yeah.
So we move very quick. Yeah.
Move quick and very efficient.
Very efficient.
I mean, it's
yes.
not the easiest thing though, finding efficient people to work with though.
You train them.
Yeah.
You train them.
So it's
Yeah.
you have to be receptive. You have to find people who are receptive to that kind of training. And
Yes.
that.
So like my operations manager, she's amazing.
Yeah.
She's like, she keeps the tempo, and the tempo is high.
Yeah.
There's no time that she relents.
Yeah.
She is very switched on.
Yeah.
She will be like, we said we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it. We said we're gonna do this. She keeps the pace,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And she doesn't even work for me physically. She's remote.
She's remote.
Yeah. So she's always coming up with ideas of different things that we need to do to keep the tempo. She's the one who deals with all of my vendors and keeps track of everyone, and also keeps track of potential people that we are bringing in.
Yeah.
Because now we're not just dealing with Kenyan vendors, we're actually this year signing in our first international vendors from the diaspora.
Fantastic.
So we've got a couple of brands from Nigeria, some from South Africa, that are now,
Fantastic.
which is really exciting.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
What a win.
It's very exciting. Yeah.
Okay. I want to just switch it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Me and you.
You and I.
You and I. You and I. We have a lot of privilege, and I'm very aware. I'm very very hyper aware of that. And with that privilege,
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes people want to discredit what you do and how far you've come and how hard you've worked,
Very often.
right?
Yeah.
And what would you say to someone who might be watching right now
Mm-hmm.
and feels like, oh, she's able to do these things and she's able to accomplish these things because she has so much privilege?
I would say to that person, you should get in contact with this podcast and call me, because my connections can help you.
Yeah.
That's what I would say to you.
Mm.
Let me tell you something very interesting about this entrepreneurial world and people running businesses. Yeah. To run a business successfully, sometimes you are going to need somebody's help to be in the right room. People literally sit in the right rooms in order for you to get the connections that you need,
Mm-hmm.
right? So why would you be upset with me for having a certain privilege when you can sit with me and have access to the connections that I could possibly have? It means you're not thinking like an entrepreneur. It means you're thinking like someone who shouldn't be working for themselves. Not in a bad way, but that's the reality. I don't know many successful entrepreneurs who will sit down and put someone else down for being from, because they're from privilege. They would actually sit and say, can I get to know your circle? Because your circle might be my new customers. I think
I
that's
get
what I
it.
would tell them.
I get it.
They should call this podcast.
No, because I think sometimes make your accomplishments or your achievements less legit because of the privilege that you might have. But I understand what you're saying, and I
Yeah.
agree with what you're saying. I think it's definitely a certain mindset, but I think it takes a lot of work, and it takes a certain mindset to just make it as a business owner, whether you're
Oh my
privileged or not
God, it
privileged.
does.
Yeah.
There's this grit. Not
Yeah.
everybody
There's
has
a
it.
grit that some
Not
people
everyone has it.
just
And
don't have.
self-discipline.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of privileged people who don't do anything with that privilege.
100%.
So, yeah. So there's
Yeah, they
something
can
to
be
be said.
chilling, you know?
Yeah. So there's something to be said about that. I just wanted to know what your opinion was on that.
Yeah, my opinion is people are very different, whether
Yeah.
they come from money or they don't, whether they come from privilege or they don't,
Yeah.
whether they come from old money, new money.
Yeah.
Personalities are very different.
Yeah.
You know, you might find some people are very hard workers, some people are very lazy, some people are great communicators, some people are horrible communicators. It's, you know, in terms of being successful, it will still take you an immense amount of work, even if your parents are Bill and Melinda Gates.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still going to take an immense amount of work
Yeah.
because it's very easy to spend.
Yeah.
It's just as easy to spend 100,000 as it is to spend 100 million, dependent on where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very easy. So if you don't know the value of money, if you don't know how to handle it, if you don't know what to do with it, you'll be in debt just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so speaking of privilege, how has that shown up for you in this process? What does that look like for you?
For me, it looks like cutting a lot of corners in terms of things that I have to pay for,
Yeah.
which has been a godsend.
Yeah.
For anybody who runs a business, you know how expensive a space can be.
Yes. Yes.
So for me, I've tapped into my parents' friends.
Yeah. Parents, friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
means that, you know, when you are younger and your parents tell you that they're going to their friend's house for lunch, and they always ask you, oh, do you want to come? And you say no. These days, I'm the one saying, let's go to your friends for lunch.
I'm there.
Let's go. Because now they're the ones who are so happy to help us. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that I've had help with. My office space, I've had a lot of help with. Advertising, I've had help with. My website, the person who I eventually called to help me with my website, I've had a lot of help with. That's someone I knew, you know. In terms of getting financial advice, a lot of my parents' friends work for banks. These are people who really understand finances. They really understand expansions. Like I've been talking to you about investing in systems.
Yeah.
This is advice that I get for free.
Yeah.
For sitting down for lunch with someone.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people have access to that.
Yeah.
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 So I would advise anyone watching this podcast, please go to your parents' phone books, find out who works in finance, find out who works for TV channels, just find out who their network is and call them and see what they can do for you. Call them and say, this is what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
How can we work together?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can guarantee you their own kids are not asking, so they get so excited when someone else asks them.
Yeah.
And they will assist you.
Yeah.
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 I've gotten a lot of free help in terms of that. Yeah.
I think if you also don't have that access, you can there's ways of putting yourself in rooms, whether it's like joining clubs.
Yes.
I've been joining these women's groups of women entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And there's a lot of professional societies and things that you can join as well.
100%. Yeah.
Work to enhance your network.
Yeah.
So I think there's ways of doing it if you're not as connected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And be intentional about it.
Yeah.
Be very intentional.
Very
Think to yourself today, I need to find someone in marketing and go to those women's groups. And in the group, don't even be shy. Just stand up and say, who works in marketing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I talk to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I talk about male privilege a lot, and I talk about the process of starting a business and running a business and access to capital and assumptions of competence and all these things that I feel men benefit from.
Yeah.
In comparison to women entrepreneurs. Have you ever felt that? Have you ever felt
100%.
Yeah.
I feel it every day.
Yeah.
We live in a man's world.
For sure.
And the sooner we accept that, I think a lot of people don't want to accept it. But if you accept it and you learn to navigate it,
Yes.
then that's the power.
Yeah, I think that's the power.
That's the power.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
the power. I think now that I am married, I understand the power
You see it
of a woman on a man.
Yeah.
So once you understand that, yes, there is male privilege, but there's a way to control the male. So the privilege can be yours if you play your cards right, if you know how to deal with it.
Yes.
But there's other ones that are just obvious and a little bit raw, and you'll feel it's a little bit unfair. For example, you can enter a room and you know that people are not going to want to talk to you. But in that sense, you have to now find your power as a woman, because a beautiful woman is more powerful in a room
than a competent man.
Yes.
Incompetent man. Competent.
Competent. Competent.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that's what I've learned myself. In the beginning, I didn't like being in a room with men because it's like, okay, nobody really wants to listen to you because you're a woman, but amp yourself up. Amp yourself up.
Okay.
And use your power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so a lot of us don't have that confidence, right? The confidence, listen, you have a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
And there's definitely like a gap in that confidence for some of us.
Yeah.
So
What do you do?
what do you do? What do you say to that? Like,
You hype yourself up and
Yeah.
you find yourself a hype man. And I'm not saying this as a joke. People always think I'm joking, but I hype myself up.
Yeah.
Like when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, Becky, you're going to crush today.
Yeah.
You're going to get things done.
Yeah.
You're going to sort yourself out. You're going to be the best that you can be. You have to hype yourself up.
Yeah.
Like, nobody is going to do it better than you.
Yeah.
And our biggest demon is our self-talk. We talk to ourselves and we tell ourselves,
This is
okay,
very true.
oh my gosh, I might not be able to do that. I might not be able to do that. I might not be able to do... No. Wake up in the morning and tell yourself. In fact, have a notebook by your bed. I have a notebook by my bedside. Yeah? And people find it crazy that I do this. And in that notebook, I write hype messages to myself. I write, Becky, you are going to be amazing today. In 10 years, you're going to own that G-Wagon you really want. I write it down because the more you write things down, the more your body starts to believe it.
I'm very much into this manifestation thing. So yeah, you don't have to tell me twice. I do the
Do
same
it.
thing. Yeah.
And
write
those
it
of
down.
you who have friends, make sure your friends are your biggest hype people.
Yeah.
If you have a friend who's looking at you and not saying anything when something good happens, that's not your friend.
That's not your friend.
That's your competition who's just in there waiting for you to drop the ball. Have people around you who are going to hype you up
Yeah.
all the time, because imposter syndrome is a very real thing.
Very real.
And not every day is going to be a good day, which is why I say write it down. Or better yet, have sticky notes on your mirror in the morning, somewhere that you look every day. You might not have time to write it down, but one day just buy sticky notes and stick it on the mirror. Write, I'm amazing, I'm killing it, I'm beautiful, I'm, all those things. And you'll see it every day. And the more you see it, the more you believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, just a tip for all the girls out there that my mom taught me: start working with your hands behind. It really fixes your posture and you automatically look taller. And when you look taller, you feel more confident. Yeah, my mom taught me that.
I love that.
Yeah.
But
It
you
works.
are tall.
Yeah, but
You
you
know-
can always be taller.
You can always be taller.
I can always walk taller. Yeah.
Let's make a segue a little bit. I want to talk about motherhood. I want to talk about motherhood. Yeah. You just became a mom
Yeah.
to a beautiful 5-month-old
Yeah.
boy,
Yeah.
and it's very exciting.
It's so exciting.
And he looks just like you, and he's so cute.
Thank you.
I want to know first of all, how are you doing? And how has that changed everything for you?
Honestly, it has taken my life and shaken it and then thrown it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a serious journey, and I don't think it's one to be taken lightly. I think for anyone who's thinking about having a baby, really want it. I hope you really want it. Like really want it. Yeah.
I mean,
Because it's
we
not-
always really want it though.
Yeah.
We just don't know what we're signing up for.
Yeah, but it's been a journey. It's beautiful, of course. You've brought this whole human being into the world, which is just it's wild.
Such a miracle, right?
It's wild.
Like if you really think about it, you're like, yo.
Like when he was born, I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Like that person came out of me. Like a living, breathing
Yeah.
person came out
Yeah.
of me. I was in shock. But I'm still in shock sometimes that I like a human being came out of my
Who
body.
allowed me to be a mother?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's so much learning on a day-to-day basis. There's nothing that's set and you think it's gonna be one way and it just goes the complete other way. It's a beautiful and difficult journey in terms of now being back at work and maneuvering work. It's really much you like being away from your child is not easy. It's like you've left a piece of your heart behind. And you really do have to restructure how you do everything. For me, like I'm saying, I've been so lucky to have such an amazing team at Juju. They've really covered for me. So you actually have to put faith in other people, which is something that is not easy for an entrepreneur.
I hear it all the time though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
And it's another reason for a man to look at you and say, can you really be an entrepreneur? Because now you have a child. There's always going to be that distraction. But I don't think it's just a distraction. It's a brand new motivation. Like having a kid will make you want to get out there and be the best that you can be.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
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 And I feel it. I feel the fire now more than ever.
Yeah.
Because I want to make him proud.
Yeah.
And I want him to have a great life.
Yeah.
And I want him to have a lot more than I had.
Yeah.
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 So it's complicated. It's difficult. But you have to have an amazing group around you to make it work.
Community.
Yeah. And that also takes time to build.
Yeah.
And I'm learning to give myself grace for the things that I cannot do anymore.
What does that grace look like?
It's hard for me.
Yeah.
It's very hard for me. I'm very used to being an efficient person. I'm very used to getting things done. Grace looks like my husband comforting me at the end of the day and saying, you know what, you're not going to function the way you usually functioned, and it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's unfortunately that grace is not from myself. But
Yeah.
at least I have a partner who can give it to me.
Yeah.
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 I'm lucky enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna learn to you're gonna learn to give yourself more grace as time goes on. as
Because
well.
you're doing it too.
I mean, yes, but a lot of us are doing it, and it's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard, and I'm just like you in terms of giving myself grace.
Yeah.
I'm very hard on myself, and I just want to go.
Yeah, our parents raised us to be.
Yeah, go. But I mean, yeah, you give yourself grace. You're gonna drop balls here and there. That's the one ball you can't drop because it's, you know. But yeah, you just have to take things at your own pace. Everything's okay. Everything's gonna work out. It's gonna be fine.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope
And
so.
community, of course. That's
Yeah.
the main thing.
Yeah.
The main thing. All right. I want to know what you have in store for Juju. Like what plans you have, what's going on.
So like
the
I said,
future.
we are now opening up to other African brands.
Yeah.
We're expanding from the borders of Kenya
Yeah.
into the borders of Africa.
Amazing.
Which is really exciting.
Amazing.
We have really good couriers, so our international delivery is going really, really well. We are also now entering the corporate gifting space.
Wonderful.
Yeah, because we've got all these beautiful products on our site. So we are now getting approached by different companies to do, beautifully African gifts made by African people for African people, which is really exciting.
Oh.
We're also planning an event around May. Yeah, so a physical event that everyone can come together where we'll be showcasing absolutely everything from the Juju family.
Wonderful.
So yeah, lots happening this year. We're really excited.
I'm very excited to see.
Yeah.
And I'll come to your event if
Please
I'm
come.
invited.
Yes, you're invited. Yes, please come. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think the corporate space, actually, the corporate gifting space is in need of products, African-made products.
Yes.
I think it's dominated by things made from China. A lot of companies,
Thank
you
you
know,
for
do a lot.
saying it.
Yeah, it's
Because I
true.
keep telling them this. Why are we still doing this? We
Yeah,
have
it's
so much stuff in
we
Kenya.
have so much to
Yes,
offer.
we have
Just
so
not
much
even
to
just
offer.
Africa, Kenya. We
Yeah,
have so much
Kenya.
made in
I
Kenya that
told you Kenyans are making amazing stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
it needs to go in
It
this
needs to go
corporate
up a
gifting.
notch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
We'll do it for
yeah,
you.
for sure. I'm very excited to see that. All right, let's take it to the rapid fire. I'm gonna ask a few questions.
Oh my gosh, and I'm just going to say my thoughts.
Just your thoughts. Your the first
But
thought.
you know,
that
my
comes to
thoughts are
mind.
quite unhinged.
It's okay.
I'm a new mom.
Be unhinged.
Okay, let's.
Be unhinged. Okay. So one mistake you'll never repeat.
Trusting anyone to run my business and make decisions without passing it through me.
Yeah.
Yes,
Is that sustainable
it is.
right now for you? Right now.
It is. I
Yeah.
have a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, pass it through me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing you'd tell 25-year-old Becky.
To just relax more. 25-year-old Becky was doing her PhD. She was in the thick of it. She needs
Just chill.
to just loosen the rails a little bit more, have some fun. Things are gonna be okay. Like, just have fun. Yeah. It'll be fine. Yeah.
One thing you stopped apologizing for.
Coming from privilege.
I love that.
I
Yeah.
stopped apologizing for
Okay.
it. I used to be very guilty about it, but
Yeah.
I stopped apologizing for it.
Okay. One thing African women founders don't hear enough.
Your business is not a small business. So stop believing this thing of small business. I think it's the next new trend to trick African women, and I hate it. Your business is not small. Your business is supposed to be huge. In fact, they're telling you that your business is small so that you don't have to be their competition. Because honestly, if you're their competition, they're not going to survive. So your business is not small. Don't let anyone lie to you. Oh, you're running a small business. No, your business is huge.
Yeah.
And push that person aside kindly
Yeah.
to make space for
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
We need to dream bigger. You need to dream big.
You need to dream huge.
Yeah.
Not big. You need to dream huge.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to own a yacht. I'm going to own a yacht. Not because I need it, because I want it.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alma, we'll be on the yacht.
It's me and you.
Exactly.
Me and you.
Yeah.
On the jetty.
Exactly.
A moment you almost quit.
That happens very often. That happens very, very often.
For me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens a lot. It
Yeah.
happens like once a month. Yeah. You want to stop and quit everything because you feel overwhelmed. But I definitely, when I was in the peak of my pregnancy, I wanted to quit. I wanted
That'll
to stop
do it.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to deal with Juju. I'm just like, you know what? I just want everything to stop. I want it to be done. And the second I met my son,
You can't
I
stop.
switched back on.
Yeah, you have to switch back on.
Yeah.
One moment you realized that you had more power than you thought.
When I birthed a child.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean,
there you go.
Nothing will show you how strong you are.
Yes.
When you have to remove a human from your body. It's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah. Whichever,
We normalize it too much, but it's really
whichever
difficult.
way you do it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're pushing out a baby, it's harrowing. And if someone is cutting into you,
It's hard. Every which
hard.
way you look at it, it's
hard.
difficult.
Yeah. I know how to end this podcast. So I've been watching, of course, all of your shows. Yeah.
Oh, have
as they've
you?
come out. And Alma you keep saying that, I started this podcast to inspire people,
Mm-hmm.
I would like you to know now you're sitting with one of the people you've inspired.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm gonna start crying.
I would like you to know.
Thank you.
I know you thought about it for a long time, starting this thing. And I know it's not easy to start a business or to start doing anything. But I would like you to know that the people you've already started to inspire people. And
Thank you.
I am one of those.
Oh, thank you. Why? Thank you. Thanks for saying that, Becky.
I'm not saying it because, I don't say things I don't mean.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. So you're already doing the work that you set out to do.
Thank you.
So keep moving because we're watching you and
Thank
we
you.
need you to do it.
Thank you.
You're helping us also. Okay? Keep going, Alma.
Thank you. I will. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, girl.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God.